All right, so welcome back, everybody. We're back at it again. It's been a couple weeks, and there's a lot that's been going on. So we're gonna bring you the juice.
You haven't been here long enough.
This one's off a topic, okay? I wasn't thinking about this until just recently, but today we had some breaking freaking crazy Bitcoin shit.
Ooh,
Bitcoin hit an all-time high, $111,000 today.
Damn, why did I sell?
Man.
And they showed a before and after of one guy. I don't know who this guy is, but they showed how he's like, oh my God, we're about to hit record numbers with Bitcoin. And it was $111. And he's recording himself. Mm-hmm. And it's almost the same speech. He did exactly a replica, but one's at $111, one's at $111,000, bro. So that was some crazy stuff.
Damn.
So
I don't like hearing about this because I sold it a while ago.
Yeah, missed out.
It's like gambling and you just missed. Like, damn, I should have.
It's like walking past a machine with the bonus meter almost full, and you didn't put your 20 in.
Hey, the bowl's about to pop and you just did it. But
It feels worse than losing money. It's like, damn,
It does.
I could have had that.
Even just putting 1,000 in, like when it was 50K, what would that be? Well, I guess only 2,000, but whatever.
yeah, that's
I sold, bro, at 64. I bought it at 44, and I sold at 64, and now it's 100.
See, if you bought a full Bitcoin, like a full one, it was 50.
I can't afford that.
You'd make 50, 60 grand, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But most people who, like little guys like us, we put a couple thousand. You feel me?
Hey,
Like,
I don't even got Bitcoin and I feel like I lost.
Seriously.
well, you know, when I saw that happen, I was happy because I was like, okay, well, I got some Litecoin and some other bullshit ass coins. I was like,
They didn't move.
oh yeah, I was like, what the hell? I thought they all follow this shit. Like, this bitch just stayed there.
It's supposed to. Let's just give it
There's
time.
got to be a new one that's going to blow up, and we need to find that son of a bitch.
Dodge, boy.
The one you was talking about the other day?
Yeah, I want to check on it. I haven't checked on it.
Isn't it too late?
It's too late to get in on the pre-sale, but if it's going up, it might be doing numbers. I forgot what the damn name was anyways.
One thing I noticed, though, with the startups also, when they first come to the table, like there's like a little momentum behind it. Everybody buys it and jumps hella high.
Yeah, and then
it goes to shit.
drops.
And then it takes hella years again for the like. I bought the freaking Trump stock like that. That shit blew up in the beginning. Bought it, now I'm doing bad.
Yep. You think Bitcoin's going to go back down to like a few thousand?
Hell no, bro.
I don't think so.
There's just
like
no way.
There's whole countries
Damn.
that are invested in Bitcoin.
It was like 16 grand at one point, and I was like, it might go lower, so I'll just wait. And then it hits 40. I was like, oh, shit, you better hurry up, hop in.
Bro, I talked to like one of my friends that got like cashed out from like his job. Something happened, workman comp or whatever. This fool came up and they give him like 100 bands. They give him like 50 and 50 or whatever. But I was telling him, I was like, bro, why don't you get Bitcoin? And this is when it was at like 50 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah, bro, because it went down from like 20 some to like 16 and people lost. And then I was like, bro, did you see it recently? And when I looked at it, it was like at 70 grand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways,
But you guys know after
he lost, bro.
after that all-time high of 70,000, it went down to like 16 or 20 or something again. And then, yeah.
Really?
Look at the
No,
chart.
it didn't go that far down, bro.
Let's look it up. Let's Bitcoin.
Hey, why don't we just look at,
Look at what?
the Biden testicular cancer.
Let me look up this first. 5 years.
Is that what he has?
I don't know, bro.
So look right here. Watch this.
I think
See,
so.
I don't know. Show me right here a little
in the
bit.
booty
You
hole.
put it on the map or on the video. But see, you got it here.
That's when I sold.
At the top 64, and look at this. Where'd it go? Look at that.
Shit, he did.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
Damn, why didn't I buy?
And then it went up again, back to like 60 some, and it's been bouncing right here. So that was what,
Wait.
like 40%. So it might come back down somewhere.
So
around,
then like 40?
it might
or
come back
60?
to like 50, 60, but it always comes back a little bit. Let's look at the max.
So is that the flat
shit is
line now?
scary, though. Look how it goes up.
Nothing new
Imagine
low.
you were at 64 and then go all the way down right there.
Where, down here?
No, the other side.
This one?
Yeah, right there.
Well, yeah.
64 to 16, you're like,
So here, right here, a lot of people freaking probably jumped off bridges. They bought these because they're like, everybody's talking about it. It must have been, it was higher than this, so I don't know why it's only showing it here.
but
But
imagine if they would have kept it and just say, you know what, screw it, bro.
yeah, but guess what happens? Look at it. This is 2022.
Gambling.
Okay,
Nobody
check this out, bro.
knows.
2022, by 2022, again, November, you see that? It's down to shit. And now you got to wait 3-4 years
Yeah. Yep.
During those 3-4 years, some people sold their houses and shit to get Bitcoin. And now
Bro,
they're
this
waiting
is not
around
money.
for 3-4 years. This is gamble.
You should not put money you actually need or you need to use for your family or
No,
bills or whatever into this. This is like, I got some extra money. I'm going to throw it in, and maybe in 4 or 5 years, this will happen, and
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
good.
For sure.
But you can't keep looking at it. You keep looking at it, it's like, I made like 10 grand. Oh,
Bro,
I should sell it.
But my portfolio was like,
Could have made like 100 grand.
bro, I've been
For
losing
real,
for the
bro.
last 5 years. I'm finally up after 5 years.
Yeah.
Imagine if I needed that shit.
Well, the freaking Biden.
I'll take a
was-
loan on my stocks that I have. I heard you could do that.
You can.
Yeah, you can, but that's damn near like a setup.
You gotta
Why-
pay interest, all the shit you make. You
Nah,
losing it.
but what if I let you borrow my stocks and then you lose my shit? Like,
Well, I'm not letting you borrow my stocks. I think you use it as a collateral or something.
Yeah, you could get I think you could get a loan from your bank based on the stocks that you have, right?
Yeah,
Am I
that's
tripping?
what Elon and
But I
all
don't know.
these
Would that
fools
work
do.
with crypto?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's not like federally like secured and shit.
Oh, maybe.
I
you're
only
right.
see this. I only see like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know how I feel. Like I like the idea of it, but then how sustainable is it? You know what I mean? Because it is. They're trying to regulate it. Once it gets regulated, then we're back to like the same thing that they were like, well, the dollar, this, that, we can do what we want with our money. Nobody's gonna, watch us. Once it gets regulated and all that, what's gonna happen?
I don't know.
I feel like this thing is just gonna crash hella hard, and everyone's gonna freak out.
What if all the governments come out with their own crypto instead of like physical tender?
A lot of them do.
Then what's going to happen to these?
I think we already have a cryptocurrency, like the actual dollar you could buy on here.
You
I
could buy
heard
the
something
US
about
dollar,
it,
no?
but I don't know if did they roll it out?
Yeah,
or-
you can buy it on Robinhood.
hey,
Oh,
bro,
damn.
but big like the coins like this, like Bitcoin and stuff like that, crypto's like popping off right now. I guess it's like
Well, people like that
New
it's
shit.
decentralized, right? So it's not controlled by the government because the government does manipulate shit. Like the government manipulates the damn stock market, I believe.
yeah,
Hey,
but the
I
stock
trust my
market-
government now.
Well, you didn't see what this fool Trump
Allegedly.
did though, like with just saying stuff, the stock market jumping and up and down and stuff.
Well,
you know?
it's
So, like,
the thing
that's
is, it's
wild.
emotion, bro, and even this is emotion. It's
Yeah.
all emotion. If
Yeah.
something happens, if somebody came out and said, "Oh, we're about to tax all Bitcoin or do some crazy shit with it," people might dump it.
Yeah.
You never know. What if they say, "Hey, we're doing a 60% capital gains tax on all of it," or some crazy stuff? I don't know. But
Then you got to diamond hands it. Hodl.
what's that?
Hold on for dear life.
What the hell? So anyway, that's kind of what the dealio is with the Bitcoin. So I thought that would be
What's up with the billios?
I thought that would be the
what?
Hey, but the other thing I was trying to
The
kind of get
testicular?
into is the freaking Sister Badone.
The
Sister
testicular
Biden.
cancer?
Yeah, look at this fool.
You have
But-
to have testicles to get testicular cancer.
only real trans women.
He's a real trans. So, right, they came out and they said that he had. Well, it's not testicular cancer, bro. It's like
What's that
it's
shit
prostate
called?
cancer.
Yeah.
Booty hole cancer?
Yeah.
prostate cancer
Well,
that
Bro,
transferred to
that's
his
God
bones.
whooping
Apparently.
your ass for sniffing all those kids.
For real.
Booty hole cancer?
Allegedly.
Imagine.
You guys been hearing about the conspiracy about? It's not even conspiracy. I feel like it's true.
What?
It's damn near common knowledge, bro.
That he
They've
got
been
booty?
known. They've been known. Supposedly, the medication that they give you with this form of cancer, it makes you fall and it makes you slow and retarded and shit. So they're saying that this fool for sure had it the whole
Oh,
time.
they knew. Wasn't it like stage 9 or some shit?
No,
9.
Stage,
I
I thought it was
I
like.
don't even know.
think there's only up to 4, bro.
Well, he's on the last stage,
That was
isn't he?
it, of his life. I don't know about the cancer.
He's fried. He's definitely gonna.
You don't
he's
get to
gonna die.
that stage like all of a sudden.
here's
Especially
a-
as a president, you have checkups and other shit.
Here's
all the
a
time.
plot twist.
His wife
right
is a
here.
doctor.
She's not that kind of doctor.
I heard
look.
somebody. Okay.
Yeah, she's like,
She's like the useless one that just has like a piece of paper that says she's a doctor.
yeah, like
Like she can spell words.
Hey, might as well got 2 more years to get doctorate.
You're gonna call her doctor?
You can't even call her
Nah,
Marisol no
you
more.
don't-
Doctor,
She'll be
can
like,
you take out my kidney?
You gonna
Doctor.
call me doctor once she has a
She's,
doctor?
she's the kind of doctor that listens to your problems but not fix your kidney.
What kind of doctor is that?
I'm dying. I'm shot.
Hell,
How does that make you feel?
That's the funny thing. I guess they were triggering like psychologists with asking them the question like, "Hey, what do you heal? Have you ever healed somebody in your field or whatever, yo?"
Their feelings.
They can't heal nobody. There's
They
no
heal
healing
trauma.
for this shit. No, there's not really a way to
They
heal nobody.
heal your soul and spirit.
That's right.
But the doctor, the issue right now comes with apparently.
Hey, bro, what the
there-
hell is that up there?
Some boca.
What's up with his
This
hair, bro?
boca
But
right
listen,
here apparently was the doctor that was pretty much helping cover it up. And it says that he was a family friend doctor. See,
He
it says
looks
the
like
White
a
House,
family friend.
White House doctor who previously gave now former President Joe Biden a clear bill of health is a longtime family friend. So
How is that even possible? Like,
yeah.
besides the stupid ass haircut, like if they have like a personal relationship with each other, right? Wouldn't that be a conflict?
it
bro,
should be,
but these fools in that government shit, they all have a relationship with each other. They're all it's like a little
true.
it's like a little industry. How many? This fool's been a senator for like 50 years. Everybody knows his ass. And that guy's a
70.
White House doctor, like, you know.
somebody commented his first problem was hiring Elton John as his doctor.
I had a similar haircut when I was 5.
You probably didn't even know
how I
about
would
it.
expect. This guy looks at how I would expect him to.
Bro, if my doctor walked in and looked like that, I wouldn't trust him. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no.
nah, I don't trust you, bro. That haircut.
Look at these dumbasses here. Why is everyone so concerned? Be concerned about Trump's dictatorship. Because
Put that retard's face on here so you
Click
laugh.
on that
let's
retard.
give this retard some
Who's
clout.
that retard?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
my
He
god.
looks exactly what I would expect him to.
What a freaking
He
retard.
looks like he has the
Dumbass.
same doctor.
His name is Hendrix.
He looked like you covered up his booty hole.
He got 26 followers. Wow,
Damn, he's doing big right now.
big boy.
Follow him so we can talk shit.
His
Oh,
wife
it's
looks
that
like a
Beezy,
Karen.
bro. Norma, that's her. This is the Beezy.
Normal.
She's a lib. So anyway, but the problem is that the cover up and the whole situation, people were talking about he's in decline, all that. And
probably didn't
then
know.
now it kind of makes sense why they were like, hey, we kind of got to get this fool out of here. And they were like, let's get Kamala up in there. You feel me? So I think that would have happened no matter what. It
Yeah.
had to happen.
Yeah, because this fool damn near would have died.
Why did they even try? It's like they tried for like a weekend to see if he'll run for another to be the president again, and then they're like, oh shit, never mind. They probably saw his booty hole and they're like, oh shit.
So
bro,
here's
we're not
one
gonna
more
make it.
thing I want you guys to pay attention or check out. This fool damn near confessed to this, bro.
When
2 years ago.
he
But
talked
they
about
said,
his booty hole.
but they said he was just like the media was just like, oh, no,
he's
you
a
know.
rumbling old fool.
He had
Okay.
another guy.
Watch this.
First frost, you knew what was happening. You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Oh yeah, well,
You feel me? Like he's talked.
he said some weird ass shit in the past too. So it's almost like okay, he's old and retarded. So it's like okay,
He's
we'll skip
retarded
over that.
enough
You don't
to.
know what to believe anymore.
We'll skip over that a little bit.
But he said hella dumb shit. But like,
Now it's making sense. It's kind of like the Diddy thing. It's like, oh, that's what he meant.
well, like, he said 2 years ago in that video. I mean, I'm sure that I can't believe that video would be manipulated because it's kind of been like out there.
Yeah.
But why? You know, now it's making sense. Like it's all coming back. Oh yeah.
Hey, but so what they said is that they can't even test once you get to 70 for like stuff like that. They said because there's too much inconsistencies with the test, and sometimes you could get a fake positive, and then it'll put the old people in the hella more stress and hella more bullshit, and they might undergo unnecessary procedures and like shit like that, which doesn't make sense, but. He's past 70, so they wouldn't have given him a test for that shit anyway. So
If
they
you're a
had to
president
know.
of the United States, they wouldn't have checked you for that.
They did it not for him because they obviously didn't want to come up with a bunch of shit. But
I mean, they would have just hit it. In my
Well,
opinion,
this
like,
isn't the
Well,
first
they
president
hit it.
that
They
was
knew about
sick
it.
during a presidency or whatever.
And that they hide it, that they hid it.
They hit it. They hit that fool in the wheelchair for how long? What
I
was his name?
forgot. Man, was it Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
what was
he has-
wrong with that fool?
he has
couldn't
some
walk.
disease where he was like debilitated in a
Yeah,
wheelchair.
and they hit it for hella long. Like how do you hide a cripple?
It was like on Zoom.
I don't know if they do. I don't know if they. I mean, to be
Oh,
real with
shit,
you,
I
there might be
forgot.
some sort of rule, like, bro, we gotta keep shit on the low until we figure out a plan, because we don't want the enemies to find out. Because that could be a thing. If everybody knows Joe Biden is like retarded and freaking got
They
some sort of
know.
medicine that makes him retarded, they're gonna be like, "Psh, there's nobody behind the wheel. Which
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they already knew that there was no one behind his wheel.
yeah, but
anyways.
no, but this would make if what he was saying is true, that the medicine makes you feel that way or whatever, it makes more sense
Yeah.
of why it was like that.
So I guess the only thing that would matter is, did they know before he became president or after? If he got diagnosed after, okay, whatever, let him finish his term, sort of deal. But like, if he got diagnosed before, would you still? He would. You know what I mean? Like, would you still make him president?
Well, look,
Yeah.
a
Or
lot
would you
of
be like,
people,
oh no, this is a concern?
a lot of people that I've talked to, when they were talking about his decline and whatever, everybody says, hey, look at when he first got in office and then look at how he is now type
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
So the decline, wasn't that bad or whatever. It wasn't really noticeable until later.
But he's also like 99 years old, so like, you would just think that he's just old and senile.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
wouldn't expect, like, hold on, maybe this fool has
fool,
booty hole
but,
cancer.
But that's the thing though, is you can't just look at somebody like him and be like, oh, he's just old and retarded. It's cool, because there's so many old ass fools that like they're on top of shit. Like their mind moves like 1,000 miles an hour. They know what they're thinking. There's obviously idiots.
But
like
they
that.
didn't care. They just wanted somebody behind the wheel.
I've met some
Yeah, for
70-year-olds that are smarter and sharper than like some 30-year-olds, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some A1.
For sure.
In
I
better
mean,
shape physically, mentally, everything.
Bro, I remember we met a 95 or 90 something year old that was he was doing marathons with his bike, like
Oh yeah,
pushing
yeah, yeah.
like
That
15
from
miles
Auburn,
a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, bro, like you're about to be 100. Like,
But it's always,
Chill.
you know, there's always the man that live hella long like that, hella marathons and hella shit, is the ones that have a young woman because they don't want to leave her behind.
Well, that
That fool had a young wife, like 20 year older, younger or some shit.
well, that's probably because he probably lived longer because
what up, pedo?
his other wife died.
Well, shit. I mean, he might have got.
So
with
you
her,
had
like,
less stress for a while, which made you live longer.
Hell yeah. So he had like a 20-year like gap of
Hey,
rejuvenating his
yeah,
life.
no stress. Like, it's like a good nap. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey.
Hey, I seen this thing the other day online, and it was the wife who goes up to the guy and was like, "Hey, honey, if I died in like Jerusalem, like where Jesus is from, or like out there, she's like, if I die over there, in Israel, would you like come and take me home and pay for the fee to bury me home, or would you bury me there? And he's like, nah, honey. He's like, I'm gonna bring you home because I'm scared that if I leave you there, you might rise up like Jesus.
Damn.
He's
That's
like-
messed up.
He said, I'll make sure you dead. I'll bring you to the house. Nobody rises here.
Yeah. She's coming home and getting cremated.
maybe sure.
You know what's crazy though, and a little bit funny that you brought stuff up like that, but this fool Trump feels like this fool never runs out of ideas, bro. Y'all heard about the new bill he just signed?
The new
Which
what?
one?
There's a new bill. I think he called it like revenge. Y'all didn't hear that?
Nah.
Oh man, shit! Right here, new executive
Revenge
order.
of
Watch
the
this.
Sith.
That fool got new executive
Look.
order every 20 minutes. Cause I already
Look, Trump
He got
signs
him
law
on deck.
banning revenge porn and explicit deep fakes. Basically, you can't
Revenge what?
revenge porn. They call it. So like if you.
I didn't even know that was a
So
thing. How
if
do
you
do
and
that?
your busy like are dating and she sends you some titties or something, you can't go out there and like blast it online.
You can't.
It makes it
You
illegal
can't blast
now.
the nudes.
Nah, but hey, on some real shit, it should be illegal.
Hey,
though.
who did this happen to for it to be a concern though? Like,
Probably to him, bro.
Probably to him, yeah.
How many times they got him on some
Hey,
shit?
it's a bipartisan law, okay?
I bet it is a bipartisan law because there's a lot of
Everybody
weirdo
voted,
Democrats. Yeah, all those pedophile Democrats at the Diddy parties, like hell yeah, and like now nobody can share them.
Hey, but
Hell yeah.
that is kind of wrong though. Like you go online, some girls like, hey, what's up? And you got a thirsty ass fool. And she's like, show me your dick, and then they show the little.
I never
wiener,
said nobody
And
asked
then
me
they
to show them
screenshot
the
it and they say, I got you, sucker. Like, you better send me some dough. right now.
Hey, there's risk with every dick pic. You have to be able to take it.
Bro, this should be illegal.
So here's another
It is
thing too.
illegal
You
now.
want the government to like come in and take you out of your
This hasn't
little issue?
happened to me.
hey, but that think about this. Y'all remember that show or the website called The Dirty?
Yeah.
Like if you sent the bitch like a dick picture or something, she'll post it online or something. And those fools wouldn't take it down only if you paid them like $500. I heard you have to pay. Because you remember Balls Deep?
Extortion.
Yeah.
White boy put Balls Deep's sister on there.
No
Wow.
And she had to pay or whatever. That's a rumor, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just
So
saying.
now I can't do that.
So
Damn.
I mean, I wasn't
anyway,
planning on, but you know.
yeah, but that's what I heard, right? So look, it says the legislation makes it a crime to publish such images, whether real or AI generated, with violators facing fines, imprisonment, and restitution. The new law also mandates that social media and online platforms removes reported content within 48 hours of a victim's notice and takes measures to eliminate duplicates. So those kind of platforms too, they'll actually be, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll force them to take them down.
Yeah.
Because imagine somebody took a, you know, whatever.
Hey, I think this is a good thing, but it's also almost like, why are you all so happy about this? All these Democrats, all of a sudden, the one
you
thing
can't say
that
it's the
they're happy about.
Hey, you can't blame the Democrats because
Well,
Trump signed it. Like
I know,
yeah.
but Trump signed it. But anything that Trump signs, the Democrats push back on it, like almost 100% of them.
No,
right?
they all agree.
So,
It's
so all of a
bipartisan.
sudden now, it's something that's gonna protect their weird asses. They're like, oh shit, yeah, it's a good idea, bro. Like, let's. The one thing they all agree on. I agree, it's a good thing because the AI thing is making shit weird. Like, somebody sent me a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson or
I'm about
whatever
to make a picture of this
about
fool as a fat bitch.
about this
you
fool
don't
talking
gotta
about
do AI
talking
for
about
that.
like you should take your daughter's trust fund and gamble it or some shit. And I damn near believed it. I was like, this was retarded. But it
Wow.
was AI. But you know what I'm saying? Like if people make stuff like that, it could damage, you know,
Oh,
like,
they can do it.
especially
Hey,
old people
no,
on
but-
Facebook believe it.
You know what's the craziest thing? It's not even about the adults. Who gives a shit about the adults, right? But like in schools, this should be happening all the time.
There's apps that could do that. I could take a picture of you and the
Yeah.
app will turn you into some gay guy dancing on a pole or something.
No,
Yeah,
that'll just be.
you got a point about the school shit though,
That's cool,
because
bro.
we was
Yeah.
bad kids when
Bro, but-
cell phones came out. We was sending each
So
other
like
shit.
what these kids will do is they'll take like one of their classmates' face and experiment with AI and start, you know, tell them
Yeah.
to put the person naked and they'll flaunt around the school.
You ain't even gotta ask the bees to send you
It
titty
happens,
pictures.
bro.
You just make them.
Damn, yeah, and that would like
That's terrible.
terrorize.
But
you know,
imagine
high
if you
school
do
kid or
that
something.
about some kid and then you send it out to the whole school. It's boop, airdrop, boop.
Yeah, you should
Horrible.
get like
That's messed
legally
up.
in trouble for this.
You should
Yeah.
get
Well, you know,
ass beat.
in California, we have a
For
law.
sure.
What was the law in California we have? Oh, this law is different. If you accidentally send somebody a dick pic and they didn't like ask for it, you can get fined up to $20,000.
Nobody has ever sent accidentally a dick pic, bro. Come on.
Supposedly, Gabi did.
Yeah,
No.
okay, you're gonna trust him.
He said he sent it some fool online.
Never, huh?
Supposedly he sent it to somebody on Snapchat, like, and then those fools were like trying to exploit him, like, oh, I'm gonna share this shit if you don't pay me or some bullshit.
If
That's
you're
what he
so
tried to tell me.
willingly to send it, who cares if they exploit your little ass dick?
Well, you know that sometimes I can see how this fool
Who gives
fall
a
off.
shit at that point?
Right.
No, but I can see how this fool would fall for some shit like that. You ever had some busy text you, hey, what's up? Is this whoever? And they're like, you're like, no, wrong numbers. Like, oh, hey, what's your name though? Like, I'm
Oh,
trying
the-
to, you
the
know,
the
you've had
scams?
that.
Yeah, I had that.
When bitches like, oh yeah, I'm Sophia from, yeah, I'm trying to find some friends.
Yeah.
This fool was probably like, what's up, girl? She's like,
He
send me a
fell
dick
for
pic.
it.
Thirsty assholes.
He's
huh?
probably like, here's a
Dumbass.
dick
How
pic.
do you fall for a freaking Indian scam like that, bro? Come on.
Her name is Sophia. Hey, like, nah,
Honestly, if you're
Your ass
that
not so
if you're
good.
that stupid to get scammed by an Indian, you damn near like you kind of deserve it. They should make that legal. Like
Yeah.
that fool worked hard enough to scam your ass and you fell for it. Good.
That's true. And nobody cares about your little pecker, bro. Like, come
Bro,
on, just
if
move
I
on.
ever call,
Your
like,
pecker's not famous.
His
No,
little
nobody cares.
carnuts.
There's plenty of
honestly,
peckers online. Nobody cares.
If you call for a service and you start hearing, like, we're in America, you call for a service and you're like, hey, let me get to, like, no, like, that's not gonna work.
I called Verizon.
But that's
Never
messed
know.
up though.
Hey, I called
Transfer me
Verizon.
to somebody with the good accent.
Okay,
I
but-
called Verizon and they said press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish. I press 1 for English, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hello, you're diamond."
Well,
How can I help?
that's what I was about to say.
English,
I was like, bro, English, not Indian.
But that's messed up, though. Imagine if you're Indian in America.
You should not do customer service, bro.
Yeah,
You
you
scamming.
shouldn't do
You
it.
scamming. Period.
You're like out of luck.
Nah, you ain't trusting nobody.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
It's like being Asian and doing like online customer service. You ever heard that?
No, because
It
they're
is
all
terrible.
Indians.
It's terrible.
Because you can't understand shit that they're saying.
Well, the accent is one thing, but
Like, yo,
hey, I'm not- the problem is we're not worried about the accent. We're worried about the scam.
But the accent, 9 times out of 10, the accent results into scam.
scams.
They got to do a verification shit. You feel me? Like where they got to verify that they're real people from America. Send me your ID type.
Do
shit.
you have socks on right now, or just flip flops and nothing else?
Bro, there's a
Send
guy.
me a picture.
Hey, there's a guy on TikTok that does that. He'll basically, you can go to his page, send him over the link that has been sent to your phone. You know how it says like USPS package, come pick this shit
Is
up.
that the
or whatever.
scam busters or whatever?
I
Is that
don't
what it's
even
called?
know his name. I'd love to advertise. People go see it, but bro, this guy be catching poons on the phone all day, and they'll ask him 1,000 times for the information and like
I
his
watched a
information.
couple.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
he be
even
on
just
them.
They
booze, bro.
scammed the scammers, bro.
Did you
They
see
do,
the?
bro.
Did you see the one where they hacked into the building cameras and everything?
I seen
And he
one
was
like that.
watching them and got all their data on their
Is
computers.
that legal?
It should be all
well,
legal. Get all this.
I bet you
scammers
that
shit.
he'll probably get in trouble for that too.
Nah, but it didn't.
No,
Trump
apparently he
say something
didn't.
about that about scamming shit. He's gonna stop like all fraud and scammers and like shit like that. He's gonna crack down on it.
I don't know.
said
These fools be
hella-
working extra hard. It'll
Bro,
be
they
tough.
said billions of dollars a year get scammed from like scamming.
Bro, you
ass
know
fools
that
in
the
India and
best-
shit.
Like the best hackers that we have, that hack the shit out of stuff. When they get caught up, they usually work for the government because they be like, "Hey, we'll cut you a deal. You come and work for us. Show us what's popping." Because that's how they can combat hackers with hackers. They don't.
Yeah, that's
You
a good
have
idea.
to be a hacker. You got to have that mind.
They call them white hat hackers,
Yeah.
and black hats are the bad ones.
See, like,
Why is it always black, huh?
well, think about this. Like, for
I didn't
example,
make the name.
when I used to do the loss prevention shit, I knew how to steal hella shit, and I knew exactly who was about to steal. Bro, like almost like 9 times out of 10, I'll put my eyes on somebody. I was like, "This is about to jack some shit." I was almost always right.
That's because you're racist.
No, I'm not racist because I know how to jack shit. You feel me? Like I remember one time I walked up in the store in Winco, and I told Marina, I was like, "Hey, watch that. Check those 3 girls out right there. Watch them." We'll literally go walk up on the aisle, watch them. They start shoving shit in their purses.
But how 10 were they?
They did look like they didn't belong in this area. That's true. But I mean, like, I just use my judgment from, bro. But not even that.
Yeah.
They walk so sus that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like you can,
You
just
can tell, bro. They be like looking around and shit, like trying to
They
look up
check
at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
they literally tell you on their body language is like you don't have to even be an expert.
Yeah.
You could just watch and you're like something's up with these people, and then you're like, oh shit, they might jack some shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
They're not buying anything. They don't have a cart.
They
They
don't
just
look
walk
like
in.
they're here to buy.
But you know what's funny though? A lot of thieves do try to buy some shit to act like they, you know.
I
Like,
seen
a lot of
that.
times we used to catch those at the register.
but-
I'm only here for a piece of gum. He's got a toaster under his arm.
Hey, but you know what though? Like if you were to jack some shit, and you're like, you know, easy going, you know, like you got nice clothes on. If you walk in looking good, I'm probably not gonna look at you again. If I was like loss prevention, but
Bro.
these dirtbags be coming in here like tweaking and breaking and shit through the store.
Bro, I
Like,
caught,
you know they're still in
Yeah.
shit.
I caught,
Automatically, you see them like this over the aisles.
look, I caught some freaking BZ that I didn't never think should steal though. It was a Russian BZ, like hella done up, high heels, the whole 9. Looked like she was worth some dollars. Caught her bitch ass stealing. I didn't even.
Russian
I was like, what?
spy.
How? Like, I don't even know how I caught her because like you wouldn't be looking, you know.
Yeah.
Why
But-
were you looking, huh?
But anyway, back to the bill. You said, hey, everybody voted on this. The no tax bill, and hey, screw you, freaking whatever. I'm gonna call y'all online that was talking shit that were spreading fake news. Y'all remember that? We're saying he
that
passed
piece of
tax on
shit? Yeah.
tax on tips and all this shit. All the things that's part of the big bill right now
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they're
yeah.
voting on. They're like, that's fake news. He never did that, bitch. First one's here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kiss our ass.
No tax on tips, right?
Hey,
100% of the people voted on it in the Senate.
Wow.
Never supposed.
Imagine
that.
the one person that wouldn't. You get jumped.
That's
Are
crazy
you talking
because
about like all dams and all like
everybody voted on
Yeah.
it. Everybody, which is like
Interesting.
how.
Supposedly there was 2 Republicans that voted against the big beautiful bill,
Slap the shit out of them.
and no, Trump already said, and they asked the White House secretary. They asked her like, "Hey, what do you think about these Republicans? What should they be like oust, like basically kicked out during midterms?"
Yes.
She said, "Hell yeah, these piece of shits, we're gonna kick their bitch ass out. How you
Oh
gonna
yeah,
vote
he's not
against
gonna
that, bro?
endorse any of them.
No,
Right.
hell no, they're done with."
Well, the big beautiful tax bill. This one, I don't know why they separated.
It's
this
big
piece.
and beautiful. Why wouldn't you vote for it?
But I don't know all
That
of
was
this
a
stuff.
beautiful ass bill, bro.
But
It's BBW.
y'all heard about some of the things on there?
No. I heard nothing.
So here, I'll tell you guys some stuff about the tax on tips, the no tax on tips, right? So it's apparently is on cash from what I hear,
Which tips?
and it's up to $25,000. That's for up to $25,000 that you report.
No,
Okay.
it says that they can deduct.
Well, yeah, it could be
Damn.
deducted up to 25,000.
Yeah, it says it applies
Okay.
only to workers earning under 160 grand. So if you're like above that, obviously you don't qualify. Just trying to help the
Yeah.
more people with lower income.
And they're
which
also
is
talking about how what this bill was passed pretty much like a bipartisan bill where everybody just kind of anonymously passed it, whatever. In the Senate, everybody was basically Gucci. Benefits, it says 4 to 5% of people, of workers. That's like what, 4 million people. Potential downside: employers may freeze base pay, relying on tips. I don't know why they would do that. I think this actually help a lot of people. Aside from what I see on here, if you're doing tips right and you get a lot of cash tips, a lot of people I guarantee you are not reporting them. So therefore, guess what? If I get $25,000 salary and then I get $40,000 in tips, or 25, let's just go 25, half and half, right? And I get 25 on tips, I might not report most of that. So now my income's only 30 grand. I can never finance nothing. I can never do shit. But now I can fully claim my stuff because I'm not gonna pay taxes on it. And then I got $50,000 income. Now I can maybe buy a house. Maybe I can move out the ghetto. Maybe I can finance a car.
Yeah.
You feel me? Something like that. I think it'll help a
Hey,
lot.
but
with that.
what happens when you know how it's like, oh, leave a tip on the little tablet or whatever, but it doesn't technically go to that person. It goes to the business.
That's grimy.
Does the business like, oh yeah, I got this much in tip. Let me get
Yeah,
So-
is
no
that like
tax
their
money on
income
that.
Well, here's
Yeah.
how a lot of companies, they have like almost like a community tips or whatever, where they all share.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I'm saying.
sometimes they have a server per table and it kind of like assigns it, shows you who got what.
Yeah.
And then they put it on their taxes. Like that's why I'm actually.
So
I've
they
never,
just split tips.
some people, yeah.
I worked at a restaurant. I worked at Chevy's, and the way it worked is the servers got the tips, and they would tip out everyone under them. So I was a runner. Like I would take people their food, whatever. And then there's the bus boys, and then there's also the cooks or whatever, the people who do the dishes, like all that
Yeah.
shit. They would tip out, like, and everyone would get their little cut.
How much cut would you get? Like
It was pretty decent, bro.
courtesy or
On like a good night, I would say you might get like 70.
damn? That's pretty good.
70
and that
to
was what
100
hella
bucks.
long ago.
Yeah, that was days
That's
ago.
like the equivalent of like 200 now.
Yeah, and you probably make like, I don't know, 100 something bucks for the
Damn,
for
I
your
get a
shift.
job at Chevy's. That's popping.
So yeah, I wasn't doing too bad, but I mean, it's service work.
That
you
sounds
know?
like a good job though. Like $300-$400 a day.
Nah, it was more like 200.
Well, no,
Like
but in
200 a
today's
day.
money though.
Yeah. With
You know, you
inflation.
get $20 minimum wage plus hella tips.
Yeah.
Bro, you sound hella old. Back in my day.
You're a middle
Yeah.
aged white
with
man.
Well, that's when that was days ago, bro. Probably like 15 years ago.
That was when minimum wage was like $8.
Somewhere in there. I think it was like, nah, it was a little more. It was like 12. Some
okay.
shit.
Hey, back in
That's
my
not that bad.
day, minimum wage was like $7.
Yeah.
But another thing to take into consideration
Should've
is what they
started
said there.
selling
Employers may freeze the base pay. You know, there's some states where motherfuckers pay $2.50 an hour.
Well, I heard
That's
that
less
they,
than like prison, bro.
I heard that they do that.
Maybe
at-
not less than prison, but
I don't know. I don't know how
Wait.
it works with Olive Garden here, but apparently Olive Garden pays $2 an hour because they they guess rely on the tips. So let me look it up. Olive Garden.
So they pay the guys with their people with tips,
yeah.
but that's not like a for sure thing.
No.
Hey, I'm gonna start a petition, bro.
But they get hella tips, so everybody's like, look, let's see.
No more tips, bro. I'm done with these.
It says
fuckers.
here that
I know tips been
bro,
getting
I go
out of
spend-
hand.
Yeah.
Spend $200 for a party and these want to add 15% gratitude on my shit. I'm gonna start deducting that
Gratitude.
shit.
gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude. All right, too.
Let me get that gratitude.
Hey,
though.
but look, AI,
Wow, bro.
AI here trying to say it's fake, but I know Ilya's girlfriend works for $2 an hour at Olive Garden in South Carolina, so
But that's South Carolina. That's like worse than China. Bro.
Different states, yeah.
it might be different states.
It's worse than China.
Hey, bro, but you know what is annoying about the tip situation with America and stuff?
When they
Is
ask
like,
you for tips for everything.
bro, for everything. I mean, you show up and you buy something that is not even a service. Like, they're
Yeah.
not sitting me down. They're not giving me any water, any drink, no napkin.
You know these
nothing.
piece of shits
And
at
they
the
look, "You wanna
freaking
leave a tip?"
at the airport. You know how they have the little convenience stand, whatever.
The self checkout.
Yeah, I go and I bring it over there, and then
That's for a tip.
she has the audacity to turn the tablet. It's like, you piece of shit, you did nothing. What am I tipping you for?
I'm gonna turn the
Yeah.
tablet
What the
right.
hell,
Hey, we should
dude?
turn the tablet right back when that happens.
Seriously,
And then grab their head and
Just flip the whole table over, bro.
That shit is
Oh,
annoying.
for a $2 tip,
Even
guys,
picking
yeah,
up
pocket.
takeout, bro. Like if you pick up takeout, there ain't no service there.
Hey, but you know
Exactly.
what though?
No
I
service,
got played though. Somebody used reverse psychology on me one time, bro. So I'm at the cash register, right? And I'm checking out whatever. And then she turns the iPad. She said, "Hey, hit no on there." And I was like,
on the tip.
"Yeah, it's like hit no on the tip."
He's like,
And I was like,
I'm trying to
when she
fool
said
me.
I hit no, I was like, I gotta give her at least like $1. Because I was like, she told me to hit no. She was not
Yeah.
a mooch. Not I was like, I'm gonna give it. And then that happened to me twice. I was like, these fools are starting to like somebody's training them.
You know what's worse? You want to know what's worse than that?
What?
The freaking, you go to the little store, like Rayleigh's or whatever, and then they're like, would you like to donate to the Cancer Children of America? Hella loud. And there's people next to me, I'm like, yeah, I'll give $1.
No,
Yeah.
I always say
It's like, you piece of shit, like, why'd you say so loud?
I was gonna say the same shit, bro.
Trying to set me up.
I went to this spot, I spent hella money, and the lady asked me some stupid shit like that, and I was like, nah. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like, you little
It's like a little
bitch.
bum.
She's like, oh, you're that
You piece
bag.
of shit. And then Marisol's like, damn, baby, for real? Like, you're not gonna donate like $1 or something?
Children with cancer?
Bro.
Hella loud.
Like, every store got children with cancer. For
Yeah,
them, they're
but why'd they
crazy,
say
bro.
so freaking loud? What? Hey, do you want
Before I damn near talk
Hey,
shit to them fools at Safeway. They're like something about Mary, some shit. I was like, hell no, I don't know those fools. I ain't paying them shit. And then I was damn near like kind of rude about it. And Marina's like, because I don't know, this fool's like, I'm donating everybody. There's not a store you go to without asking for donations.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
At
Or-
least
or
if
would
they
you like to
ask
leave
you,
a tip?
if they
And-
ask me, would you like to round up your 30 cents? Then I'd be
Bro,
like,
here's the
whatever.
scam
Yeah.
artist
Nah,
part.
nigga, that goes to my
I heard
change
that.
jar.
Hey, I heard I heard the scam with the freaking here donate at the register is basically like as soon as you donate to them, they get the money and then they send it to whatever and they get the tax deductions.
Seriously?
So these fools get over. I've heard they get extra
Damn,
benefits
hey,
from
I
Wait,
heard
hold
something
on.
about that, yeah.
So they take your donation
Yeah.
and then they give a donation excluding you out
Yes.
of their hearts.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
imagine,
Oh, what a piece of
so imagine
shit.
every time you donate like $1 or $2, you go like 500 times a year to the store.
Hey.
It's like 1,000. You don't get no tax benefit.
Hey, bro, they keep
Piece
saying
of
to
shit.
save the children. You know how you like go to
Yeah.
SPCA and you get like a photo of this dog. You say,
Bro, kick the
"Where's
shit out
my
the dog. That's the
photo?"
time I ain't donating no dog.
I donated to Children's Hospital.
The
Where's
dog
the photo
can't even
of the
spend
kid?
money.
Fool,
He
I've
doesn't even have a
never-
bank account.
I am never donating for a dog. When I see commercials about, look at this poor
You
dog.
don't
Like,
remember that sad ass commercial? In
I
the
don't-
arms of an angel.
I don't give a shit about a dog.
They find the saddest looking dogs,
Bro,
bro.
I forgot. I don't
They
know
scam
right
so
now.
many people with
No,
that.
bro, no. The dogs, are you serious? There's people starving and we care about dogs.
You know how many white women you can scam with that?
Hey,
Bro,
put
how
that
about-
song on so I can ask for a donation.
How
right
about
here.
this? Take the freaking. Hey,
Hit the
take the
subscribe
damn
button.
dogs from here and feed them to animals in Africa. You know, from the lions and shit. Like,
Hell no, I seen a video today with some African fools going, who said we ain't got no water? We got water. We got water.
Throwing water on the ground?
Bro, they're good. They
you
got
saw
water.
Trump. You saw Trump got beef with the African freaking president.
Oh, the South
shit,
African?
yeah.
There's some like bullshit going on over
I
there.
didn't
Some
see
racist.
the video.
You didn't
What
watch it?
happened? Because they brought over some Caucasian South Africans.
So
nah?
basically, bro, this fool comes over there to the front office, and this fool or to the Oval Office, and Trump damn near had the shit ready
Isn't
to
that
go.
the president?
It was like
South
some African
Is
president.
it
Yeah,
South African
it
president?
was, yeah.
So this fool pulls up, and some freaking one of those reporters was like, "Hey, what's up with the white farmers who are getting killed out there? Apparently, the Africans are like hating on the white people out there, and they're killing white farmers and taking their lands."
Yeah.
And they asked that question, and the African guy is like, "Oh, well, let me answer this. I don't think that's basically he's making a case that that's fake.
He's full of shit.
Because look, we have successful white Africans here talking about Elon and shit."
Mm-hmm.
And Trump's like, "Oh, really? Okay, hold on. Turn off the lights real quick."
Oh, he
Turns
brought
on
the
a
TV
straight
in.
up video of straight up like mobs and like
Yeah.
cliques of people talking about we gonna kill him.
Bro, it's like
and,
the reverse KKK.
and like
Damn.
That's wild,
Yeah.
huh?
and like a grave site, bro, of like thousands. They said over 1,000 people
Yeah.
trying to pay tribute to like the white people who are getting killed out there, the farmers specifically.
What the?
Yeah.
That's
And this
crazy.
was trying to say, well, bro, even in their parliament, apparently there were people calling for death for them and like
Yeah.
killing them and shit. So
They
this
had a
fool-
straight rally with like thousands of them like chanting to kill the white man, kill the whatever.
What?
We don't need permission to take back our land. Like straight up some
Reverse racism?
KKK shit, bro.
Yeah, y'all gotta see
killing
this
them
shit.
because they're white and taking their
I'm gonna
land.
damn near put the link in the
That's
in the,
crazy work.
description so that people can see it.
I saw that like probably like a year ago. I was like, bro, what the hell? Like, is nobody's doing nothing? Because this was
Yeah.
happening under Sister Biden.
I was wondering why Trump brought through a bunch of refugees from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering.
and
but
you know what's funny now?
We should trade them, the black dirtbags we have, for the white ones that are getting
for
persecuted.
the good white farmers, huh?
Hey, look,
why
everybody
we-
who's talking about oppression and shit, take your ass back.
Hey, but
Don't
see
need
why?
to stay here.
Nah,
We're
they don't
happy
got
here
no
in
Jordans out
America.
there.
Hey, see why we need Mexicans for the
Damn.
I gotta
farms?
stay. I gotta stay.
They got the wordos.
You see why we need Mexicans for our farms, bro? Because all the white farmers are gone. They're in Africa.
Those in South Africa.
Bring white farmers back.
Exactly.
Damn.
But no,
That's wild, bro.
that's messed up. Like regardless of what it would be, but it's like a genocide. You feel me?
It is a genocide, yeah.
And
Yeah.
and this was like justifying for it. Like, well, trust me, that's not the rule of our land.
I don't trust that piece
We
of
don't
shit.
actually align with them. He's like, bro, but you got these people in the government, and like and there's no repercussion.
No.
And he's like, well, there is criminalists out there, and the criminals are just gonna do what they do. Like,
No, he's in their pocket, bro. He's on the same page. This was a piece of shit
Bro,
dirtbag.
but why haven't I heard shit about like Africa? Like, what the hell? I just thought there
Well,
was a bunch
guess
of people
what?
in thongs running around and shit.
Guess
like,
what the
They
media?
actually got like
Here's what the media is
South
doing
Africa,
though.
they got
like
stuff.
shit out there. Like,
Hey, you're probably gonna see the media, and they're talking about how Trump ambushed the freaking African president, just
Good.
like
Yeah.
he ambushed the
Zelensky.
Ukrainian Zelensky.
Yeah.
And they're basically talking shit. Like, bro, there's nothing this fool could do that these fools wouldn't talk shit about.
no, so it doesn't even matter, bro. His approval rates are the best it's ever been. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Who gives a
Honestly,
shit?
is it an ambush or is it just planned? Like he
No, he
knew he
didn't-
was
he-
going to confront about.
Oh, he
issues.
just brought receipts, bro.
Bro,
That's
this
it.
fool
Bro, he
had
literally
it.
put this fool on blast in front of everybody.
Hey, he
Yeah.
straight up played the video. It was like a straight up podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
watching and
There was
shit.
a whole event happening in the little room.
That fool's never
yeah,
coming
he's
back.
a thug, bro.
But nobody's going to show up to the White House with some bullshit anymore.
Nah.
Because this fool's bringing the
See,
receipts.
Trump is calling out the freaking genocide of farmers. He's not allowing people to post news online no more. He gave us no tax on tips. He's passing the big beautiful bill.
But did you guys hear about like
it.
the
Beautiful.
retard ass Palestinian terrorist retard that killed supposedly 2 Jewish people? There was 2 Jews
No.
that were over here like at the embassy or something, like a girl and a guy, and this fool ran up and smoked them and was like, "I'm gonna give up." It was more for attention and shit like that. And he was like, "Free Palestine," all the stupid shit, you know.
I saw it, but I didn't really look into it too much. I saw the headlines only.
Smacked 2 people, bro.
We should just go and take Palestine.
Well, Trump is gonna take.
Bomb
And we'll
that
have like
shit,
a
nigga.
like a equivalent of Cancun, but out there.
Bro,
Right.
bomb that
The
shit.
Gaza.
Right?
Gaza
Bro,
Kun.
but what's up with that war though? It should have been over with.
Well, apparently, like these
What's
fools.
dragging on?
Supposedly, like I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on because the Netanyahu or whatever his name is, the one that is the Israeli whatever president, they're saying that he's holding on to the war because they'll have to do a re-election and his odds are not looking good. So he's going to be basically kicked out. Another thing too, apparently there's still some hostages, some Israel hostages that they haven't released, and that's why they keep going back and forth because they keep like breaching their agreements or whatever. So this fool just bombed the shit out of them again, and he was butthurt because this fool Trump negotiated a freaking deal with those assholes to release the white American witnesses or whatever, and they gave it to us, and that fool they were mad that how come the other ones weren't part of the deal. But this fool supposedly wasn't listening to Trump, and Trump's like, I'm gonna just go around your back, bro.
Yeah.
And they had some beef apparently, like. But then Trump came out and was like, nah, it's good. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, supposedly from what I heard was that Trump found some, like, I guess that Israel was kind of trying to keep some things to themselves. And then he found out that they were going to strike Iran or something. So Trump's like, all right, like, hell yeah, run it. Like,
Well, apparently he was.
Strike him with you.
Well, I heard that he was against it because they were trying to plot to hit Iran without his knowledge behind his back.
They should hit
And that's
Iran.
why. Well, that's what they even
Hit the
fired.
shit out of him, bro.
See, but the problem, bro, like hitting Iran and all that, then we just keep escalating. We're gonna have to go to war.
Bro, but they got nuclear bombs. They're gonna have a nuke soon. That's why Trump's putting hella pressure on
Well,
them.
Trump is putting pressure on them, but he's not trying to escalate it for no reason.
No, but he said
we
that
don't need another war. There's already how many wars now?
Bro, he said that
There's
they
2, 3.
They just de-escalated. Trump just de-escalated India and Pakistan.
Yeah,
These fools were
That's
bombing
done.
each other like just
Yeah,
like.
fool, but besides that, he did his Middle East tour. He went to freaking the Emirates, the Dubai, and like just a bunch of places out there, and made an alliance, bro. Like they all want peace.
Yeah, but
These
imagine
guys' oil's gonna run out.
Okay,
They're
so-
trying to get trade and shit.
But imagine he started war and hella shit like in the Middle
I'm
East
saying is that
before
they're
that
down
even
with it.
happened.
They're down to stop it. Iran been on some bullshit for years and years and years and
Well,
years, bro.
all of the people he just created an alliance with, those people are against Iran. So he's building strong relationships to put pressure on them. He even told Iran, hey, we can get rid of all your shit. We can start trading. We could do some real shit, but not with that type of work.
He
Not
already-
with what you
yeah,
guys
he
are
put
doing.
heavy sanctions on Iran again. He put more sanctions, he said.
He's like, hey, we can do it the nice way. Or he said we could do it the bad way. He's like, we're not going to hold back any options, but we can't have a nuclear weapon. So it's up to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go down. We can't be wasting our money in wars. You feel me? We're already spending hella money on these freaking assholes in Ukraine with the Russians. You know, all those politicians who just want to keep the war going. But apparently they came to some sort of agreement too. Y'all heard about that? That they have peace talks already. And supposedly they were really successful. They're gonna agree to a ceasefire.
Man, I heard this shit before, bro.
Whatever.
Putin supposedly went back on the ceasefire. That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
He
because
bombed the
Putin
shit
wants
out
it
of them.
all. He wants to keep all the territory he's taken, and Ukraine was like, oh, you know,
Well, he took it.
Yeah.
he took it. That's
Finders
it.
keepers. That's it. Like
It's
just
his.
take your loss, bro. And
It's
move
like
on.
it's like people talking about the Indians with America. We took
This
this
is
shit.
recent. He just went
Yeah,
up.
finders keepers.
That's it, bro. Like if people lost blood and all kinds of shit. You lost. Period.
But that's honestly that's how it goes.
Imagine you losing thousands of people, of your own people, and then after you were winning, you're like, okay, well here, I'll give it back then.
Well,
what
here's
was that
Tori.
for? What was
No,
it?
hell
Like
no.
you guys fought for what then? Because
Bro.
you gained nothing.
Bro, one thing I like try to explain even to like other people that don't understand common sense and like history is that throughout the whole world there's always been conquering of territories and armies pushing, taking over castles and just all kinds of crazy back and forth territorial takeover and shit like that till we got to where we're at now.
How do we have America?
You
We
know,
took it.
We took it. Obviously, we're like not barbaric like we was before, but everything was taken at one point or another. You know, including with like people talking about slaves. They think only black people were slaves, bro. People were slaves all over the world, everywhere.
There's still slaves out there today, bro.
There is, and not just black folk. There's a lot of white folk that are slaves. So
Well,
people are just retarded,
White people
bro.
have been slaves for the longest
the
time.
longest.
So it's not like it's just the black ones that are crying right now.
Yeah, the ones that aren't slaves. Talking
Yeah.
about, oh, I'm a broke piece of shit, and my grandma, I heard she was a slave, so I need some money. Like you retard.
But look at this article right here, bro.
Stop the shit out of him.
And look at this article, though. Air defense system shot down 105 Ukrainian drones overnight on May 22nd, including 35 intercepted over Moscow. Like, what were they doing with 35 drones in Moscow? You feel me? If you're out here trying to negotiate a deal, why are you in Moscow? The war is not even in Russia. You feel me? Or what? Like on the borders and stuff. Like how are you getting all the way to Moscow?
Yeah.
So how are you trying to negotiate? I almost feel like that fool Zelensky doesn't really want it either, but he's just kind of playing the game. See, due to drone attacks, all 4 Moscow airports, he names a bunch of Russian names, whatever. They were all basically temporarily closed. Other ones were also shut down, but you see what I'm saying though? Like I don't really understand what the, like, hey, let's talk, but while we talk, we're still gonna whoop on each other. Like I don't know. It's kind of.
Well, this fool, Russia wasn't backing down either. But honestly, like they gotta keep putting pressure on Russia too.
Well, Zelensky don't want to step down. Same thing as Netanyahu, because then they're gonna have to vote.
Yeah.
Zelensky's done with, bro. That retard is done. As soon as this war's over, he's gonna get tossed aside like Biden.
Hell
Yeah, well, he's gonna have hella money. He's gonna have hella freaking tucked shit everywhere.
He's gonna have butthole
You know
cancer.
how much money he got from the U.S.? I'm sure he stashed some somewhere.
At least like
Yeah,
1% of it or something. Probably
You know
like
that you're never
10
gonna
bill.
be anything after this. After you just lost all this.
Like,
So if you stashed away like a couple billion, you're chilling.
Easily.
Yeah.
All the shit that went missing and all
Yeah.
this other shit.
There's no. What are you gonna audit Ukraine's war to find out where the money went?
No.
So
that
look,
makes
look what
sense,
Trump.
I'd probably take a couple
Apparently-
billion too, though.
Look-
Like, oh shit, this is a big pot. Nobody's gonna miss this.
Hey, I brought the money. I got the money. All right.
So
Middleman.
apparently Trump over here put a statement talking about how he doesn't feel like Putin's ready for the peace in Ukraine or whatever in the war because he believes that he's winning the war. I mean, at the end of the day, if I was in war
Kinda is.
and I am winning the war and I already lost so much, I might as well take it all the way through and just take the whole country down.
Well, that's what he wanted. That's why he even started it, right?
But
So-
I mean, logically, from his perspective, and if it was me too, and I'm already that invested, it's kind of like when you go to college and you realize like 80% through that you picked a shitty degree. You're like, whatever, let me just finish it because I'm already almost there. Same way, it's like, bro, I already took so much loss. We might as well just take this shit.
Well, what does he stand to gain by continuing all those natural resources,
Natural
all that
resources.
extra land? He wants to unite Russia with Ukraine because he feels like they're the same people. And what is he going to gain if he stops?
Nothing besides some
What?
boo-boo ass land that they
We'll
left
buy
over.
some gas from them. We'll take off some sanctions off of them. That's it. That's not much. And he's getting clicked up with China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
they're neighbors. So,
Man, fuck China.
I mean, you're ahead. I would,
yeah.
like hell yeah. I can
It's
have
like
that.
you're beating the shit out of somebody and they're like, hey, bro, just call the troops. Nah, I just whooped this fool.
I'm winning. What do you mean?
Yeah, he's on the ground. I'm about to finish him off.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you can't. You don't gotta finish them off. You say, "You listen to what I say, you little bitch." And then that's
Just
it.
smack around.
As long as
Yeah.
they listen to what
If
you
he
say.
had no money and no troops and no nothing, then he'd probably have to listen.
So here's another thing. You guys heard about the Golden Dome? You didn't hear about that?
yeah, I heard about the
I'm
Golden
interested
Dome.
in this Golden Dome.
You don't know about it?
Yeah, Trump said he wants to have himself an Iron Dome, basically, but he's gonna call it a Golden Dome.
A Golden
Hey, that's
Dome.
fire. That's a fire's name for it.
And apparently it's gonna cost about 150 billion to some people are saying I read a bunch of articles. They all have different numbers. But it's funny because some people are hitting back like, oh, why does it need all the money they're gonna spend, all the defense? But that's the most important part, and apparently it'll cover pretty much any part of our country. Nothing could come through. Y'all seen the Iron Dome
Hell yeah.
pictures and shit?
I've heard of it.
Here,
I'm
let me show you.
trying to get the
Where is the
platinum
Iron Dome?
It's in Israel.
Yeah,
Okay.
And that's like the
America
best-
helped built that.
That's the best technology in the world, apparently, when it comes to defense.
Yeah,
To stopping any type of missiles.
Yeah,
huh?
look at
yeah.
this, bro.
Apparently, it's unbeat.
Look at this picture right here. You see that? Missiles come in, that shit just flies everywhere and catches all the missiles and knocks them around the air.
Hey, that's a nice picture. Who
Apparently,
did
it's
that?
like almost impossible to get through with something, you know.
I need me one
So
of those.
Trump is saying that Canada wants to hop on it too, but they're gonna have to cash out because like we're not gonna defend y'all for no reason.
Can we give him
Fuck
like
those libs.
the bronze dome instead?
The bronze,
We'll give him the cardboard dome.
The dirtbag dome.
Yeah.
the dirt bag, the essentials dome, the essential dome.
Hey, that is pretty dope though.
Look at that. That's the dome ski right here. So why not have us for one for ourselves? What the heck? And guess who
Yeah.
criticized it?
The libs.
No, China.
Oh,
Fuck China,
well, no
USA.
shit.
That we
China.
need to stand down. Why? Like I
Yeah,
was talking
because we're
about.
gonna shoot all their shitty ass drones to keep flying across America, bro. They're not
Hey.
gonna be able to get nothing in here.
That was a
after
weather balloon.
Yeah, right. Freaking size of a bus.
But no,
rocking around
those
with-
drones was stupid, bro. You didn't hear about the conspiracy with the drones? They were government drones. Our government drones.
What about the one they shot down?
They were our research drones, and then people went out of curiosity because they got so
No,
big.
bro, they
Hella
shot
people
one
went out
down.
with drones.
They shot one down that landed in the water. And
Well,
they
I don't know
recovered
about
some
what
shit.
you're talking about, but they shot the balloon down. But
Same shit.
No, but the
Still some
drones.
shit flying in the air, the size of a bus.
You don't remember after Trump came to office, he came out and said, "Bro, those drones were freaking our drones." And then
Yeah, he did say that.
People
about the
got
drones.
curious and they went out with drones and it just freaking blew up with hella drones everywhere because everybody was chasing drones around. It was our drones.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that was
But
like
see, that's the
alien
golden
technology.
domesky, man.
Hey, the Golden Dome,
I'm trying
that
to get
shit
that
better be
golden
gold,
dome
though.
package.
Like, it needs to be gold.
Yeah. With American flags and bald eagles on it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, Trump's
And iced
military
out.
parade is gonna be freaking dope this year. He's gonna for the 250 years of America. He's gonna do like the craziest military show to show everybody like check out what we got, bro.
And you know
He said
what?
We got some crazy.
All
ass
the
shit.
libs are going to
The
freak
libs
out.
are hella mad. You know
Because
why?
he's spending supposed like 45 mil or some shit.
No, hella meals or whatever. But why are they even more mad? Because that day lands on his birthday too.
It does.
And they say that's he's doing it to celebrate his birthday as a
No
parade.
way.
Apparently, it's the same birthday.
Hey,
as-
that's some real shit, bro. Like,
He's a thug, man.
Damn,
thug
he's
asshole.
throwing a freaking a whole
criticizing him.
U.S. party for him.
And they're saying that he went and he saw the dictators do that shit because you know they
Yeah.
in like the communist countries they run with hella tanks on the streets and do
yeah,
things,
Russia,
show
China.
off. But he's probably like, bro, I'm gonna show my shit off. I got
Hey,
hella
bro,
shit.
but I
That's
agree
right.
though. I agree because we supposedly we spend so much money on other countries anyways, like millions and probably billions of dollars on morale in other countries. Why don't you spend it here?
Morale right
Yeah.
here, boy.
Yeah, because they do it. Other countries
You know
do
how
it. They
many-
got military shit,
Bro,
and everyone's
yeah.
like, yeah, hell yeah.
I guarantee
North
you,
Korea has one like every other month.
bro. I can
Yeah,
guarantee
they do.
you that the army enrollments are gonna go up right after that day. They're gonna be like, hell yeah, let's get. I'm gonna enroll in the army.
Bro, that happened when Trump took office.
Yeah, they did. Bro.
I know, but that's gonna be
Everyone's
even
like,
better.
hell yeah,
And-
finally.
And if you guys didn't hear, like Marco Rubio talking about, or what the hell's his name? Whatever the hell's his name
Yeah,
is.
Marco Rubio.
Yeah. Anyways, Marco Rubio was talking about like anybody who didn't get the vaccine. And they got fired, or anybody who like
If they wanna come back, yeah.
If they want to come back, they're like full back pay, the whole shit, bro. We'll reinstate you,
Hell
hook you up, all love, back payments, benefits, like the whole shit, bro.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Steve's son could go back.
I don't think he got booted for that. He got booted for some other stuff,
Well,
which we won't disclose.
for the
confidential.
for the ladyboy incident.
Hey, I said
out.
we're not supposed
Shout
to
out
disclose.
to-
Tell me more about
Hey,
this.
hey, we can't talk shit because he's not here to defend himself.
You got to go back and watch the other podcast.
He's gonna call me in like 2 days. Like, what's up, bro? Let me get on the pod. I gotta fight my case again. Yeah. All
Where we
right.
at?
Shit. Where we at? What's the last one? So now the last part of the deal tonight is the Optimus. Y'all seen the new Optimus? How they're training them?
Optimus Prime.
The Optimus by Tesla, the robot that. Elon,
Oh, I saw him like scoop up shit and like mix food.
bro. Yeah, like
Damn.
these fools are training them in like house scenarios.
video? Oh, that's tight.
Look at that.
I don't gotta do that no more.
Look at that. I'm
Yeah.
about to sweep my floor and shit. Let me get a little paper towel. Look, go. Hey, go.
Stir
mix
my
the-
food,
Stir the fry.
How's that retard knowing it's boiling?
He has eyes.
Temperature sensors.
Look at that.
Damn, that's
Look at that.
smart.
Vacuuming the floor. Look at that. Putting the parts. This is what they're gonna do first. They're gonna start doing the parts in the
They're
store.
gonna be making themselves. That's pretty dope, but kind of scary.
Hey, for real, this was they're gonna make themselves. You see that? All the scenarios.
That thing is gonna be
Bro,
billions of dollars, bro.
that's some iRobot shit.
That is the beginning of the end.
Well, supposedly those fools from iRobot were trying to sue him because they stole his idea for the look and shit.
For real.
Yeah, but screw those fools.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Anyway, those fools are just a freaking design, like
It's
drawing
a
some
fictional movie.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah,
But
what
anyway,
you-
this
That's
was
real deal shit. Right
Hey,
there.
he was talking about how these things he might launch them in his own factories this year, and then guess what? You don't need hella people. These fools will. If I was them, I would just keep it to myself and just use it on my factories. Then I have my cars hella cheaper, kill everybody in the game. You feel me? But he's gonna be selling them to everybody else.
So then buy Tesla now.
They're probably going to be like the cars, bro, to where they all have the same net and they learning it better and better and better.
Well, no, that's
And then
what,
they all gather together to
So-
take over humanity.
Until you forget the robot's there and he sees you pecker and uploads it online.
That's probably why. Hey, Trump knew that was coming. That's why he made it legal. Nah, but hey,
Child alert! Child alert! It's feeling like crazy, bro.
supposedly, bro, I guess the good thing about the robot is that if you know they're training them in the kitchens and all kinds of scenarios, right? Well, apparently, just like the cars that we have, every day they get better and better. You should see how good the driving shit is for Tesla now.
Yeah.
But if you go and tell it build me a fence and you show them how to do it, or whatever, well, that's gonna get stored, and the next robot's gonna know how to build a fence now. So if you ask it to do some shit, whatever it does for you, it'll store it and it'll know how to do it next time. So imagine like you can tell it to do whatever you want. And they're like, all right, for sure. I already know. I did it like 45 times today already.
Man, but that's damn near so scary. Like I
That's dope.
damn near don't
That
like
is
it.
scary.
You know why? I can't afford them.
It's like 30,000.
30,000 my ass.
That's what they
that
said.
shitty ass Tesla's 30,000.
No, the robot's like 30,000.
Bro, the
Bro,
robot's gonna be
regardless,
like
that's not
$1
the scary
billion
part.
or something.
Nah,
No,
bro.
fool, it's
There's
30
less
grand.
materials in a car.
You said what?
There's less materials in a
It's
car.
not about the materials, bro. It's the technology itself. Let me look it up.
I don't know, but that's still to me.
Look,
This is
right here, boy.
So
Elon
this
said
gonna
it.
change everything.
What? Who
He
needs
always
a Rollie, bro? I'm about
underestimates.
to get that.
he always underestimates.
Well,
so
even
let's
if we
say
times to it.
exactly, even
Look,
if it's
Bro, those are
60K.
gonna be sold out if they're only 20 to 30 grand for like years, bro. As soon as they drop on the market, everybody and their mom is gonna want one.
Well, you're gonna probably-
anybody who's rich is gonna buy like 5 at a time or whatever, you know.
Bro, I'm going to get like 15, put them bitches on the roof.
Hell yeah.
Hey, bro, no labor, free labor.
But then the competition is going to be crazy. Everybody's going to get one of those.
Damn.
For any like plumbers or building fences or whatever.
anything, building houses, laying bricks.
Bro, there's movies about this. You should go watch them. And you're not gonna be so optimistic. You're gonna be like, damn, this is the end of the world.
His name is Optimus, bro. How you gonna be optimistic?
Well, the
That
problem
is scary, bro.
So
This
here's
is
what-
scary. This is the type of shit like with the AI and whatever that you're never gonna go back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
what-
There is no going back on this technology. This is gonna change the world forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I'm writing an email, every time I go to ChatGPT now to double check it.
Right.
If I don't have it, I'm feeling retarded. Like, oh shit. Like
Bro, it makes you not like think.
it's like a
Yeah.
GPS. Once we got the GPS, you ever go anywhere without a GPS?
Right.
No, bro.
Unless you go
Even
to
if-
every day.
Even if I'm down the road, bro, I honestly, most of the time I'm
Yeah.
using. My girl be getting mad. She's like, why don't you don't know how to get home? Yes, I do. But
I want to know how long it
I
takes.
got used to the little map telling me how long it is, telling me where it's red, where it's
Yep.
yellow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I know
stop
exactly.
sign.
It's like I'm 3 minutes away. You know.
Yeah.
Bro, if we
Bro,
went
it
back like
sucks.
50 years right now, it would be useless.
Bruh.
We'd be like, oh shit.
So many people would just lose their minds and crash and die without GPS on their phone.
Bro, can you imagine that we literally live in the future? In the straight future. Like 20 years ago, people were like, could never imagine this shit we got now.
Exactly.
That's real.
Bro, even
They're
the
going to have
phone.
the flying cars and shit too, bro.
They already got the little freaking
Supposedly they have
drones
one,
that you
yeah.
fly with
Yeah.
and shit.
Well, they said they have one flying car that they're like working with. I saw a little.
I mean,
thing of
they could have had flying cars a long time ago. I mean, if they got planes, they got jets, they got drones. You just got to put some wheels on there when they lands on the ground. Like it's not really much.
I don't know, man. It's cool the technology and stuff, but it's almost like
You didn't
it's
see
scary
China?
and it's kind of like I almost wish like we could go back in time a little bit. You know, I feel like we're progressing too fast because this is like a human replacement.
But I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Like this is
Look
crazy
at that. Look
shit.
at that. China got the.
What's gonna
freaking-
happen to the actual humans now
I know.
Look
if
at
they're
that.
not needed? You know?
Look,
For
bro,
sure,
these are
bro.
the taxis, drone taxis in China. Look at that. You see that?
Yeah.
Look at
It's
that.
cool, but it's like, man, then you take the human aspect out of life. What do you have? That's just scary.
Well, basically, what people are saying that when this happens, where we don't have to work because we got robots to do everything, we just kick it and we just enjoy life.
Yeah,
Hell
but
nah, but how do you pay? How do you get paid?
Well,
bro,
they're-
people
what
go
they're
crazy
saying-
not working. You have to work. You
What
have to
they're-
have
Yeah,
something to
bro,
live
that-
for.
Well, a
that
lot of people are
sucks.
saying that it'll become one of those where, like this fool said, the rich people are going to be buying all the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to need us, like us broke asses, whatever. And then what they'll do is they'll probably have all the profit. They'll run the world, and we'll get like some sort of like universal income, just enough to be able to buy our shit. Like they'll pay higher taxes just to pay everybody off to be happy. And they get all the dough. They run the world. They do what they want, but they send everybody else at the bottom. Like
So
here's
at
your
that
check.
point, you're just a
So
pet.
everybody's gonna be on welfare, basically.
Bro, you're just a pet at that point. There's nothing that you're living for because
Yeah.
everything is handed to you. And what happens when everything is handed to you? You're on government welfare where you don't have to work. You don't have to. There's nothing. There's really nothing. Like you can't even work at this point.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to, you can't work. What happens to those community of people?
People will just they'll get addicted to drugs and alcohol and everything and probably
Exactly.
just die.
They just die
Some
off.
people might just kill themselves.
They
Honestly.
just die off, or violence takes over, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that don't work, they have no purpose, nothing to live for. What do?
They're miserable.
They're miserable. They're depressed. They commit suicide.
There's no sense of fulfillment, right?
No, because you're taking that. You're taking the whole purpose of living to work for something out of your life, and now there's nothing there. Like what are you living for?
Yeah, but it will create new jobs because somebody has to program these things and
It
and
will,
all that.
but
like,
it'll kill off so many jobs and so many
And
need
fix
for
them.
people to the point where there's only like a small, like a handful of people that can do those jobs, and everybody else is useless.
Hey, you know
They're
what
not
though?
needed.
What I just heard recently, though?
That's scary.
that is.
Hey, here's one thing that I just heard recently that's happening with the attorneys, bro. These fools are struggling hella hard because nobody's going to attorneys to like get advice no more because they're all uploading their contracts or getting questions answered through ChatGPT. So the attorneys are struggling hella hard. Like nobody wants to come to them because they're like, "Hey, am I allowed to freaking da-da-da-da-da," or whatever? Or hey, can you revise this contract and let me know if I have liability in it? Hey, can I re-sign the contract or whatever terms? You like I paid an attorney $5,000 to make a contract before ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have paid his ass shit now.
Exactly.
Damn.
That's the next thing that's probably gonna be it, and they're already doing it is social media and editing.
Oh, yeah.
that used to be big. Like you used to be able to make
yeah.
a lot of money to edit stuff.
For sure.
Now you can have AI edit everything for you.
Well, AI is not there yet on editing.
Well, not yet, but I'm just saying like that's where it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Probably even marketing.
Marketing, there's a lot of like most people are using it. Marketing,
Right.
everyone's using it, but it's not gonna do it on its own. And even if you do know how to use AI or whatever for marketing, it's still not the easiest thing to do because you got to know all the platforms and shit.
Well, it's
whatever.
not there, but at one point it will be there to the point where there's no reason to.
Somebody's working on it right now as we
Yeah.
speak.
Well, the for example, like advertising, Meta came out, Facebook, and said, "Hey, look, we're coming out with the type of marketing where everybody could use it. You just come to us and tell us how much money you have and how many leads you want, and you're gonna give us the money. We're gonna AI build everything for you, photos, ads, everything. We'll just run it for you. With AI, we'll get you the numbers you're looking for. So you don't even have to know how to do it anymore. You just kind of run it, you know.
Damn,
So yeah, things are gonna change a lot. ChatGPT has already replaced a lot of people, like even writers, bro. Like, you feel me? I guarantee you, a lot of the raps that we listen to that are probably new, there's probably a lot of them that started off with AI.
I don't listen to raps because I'm a high-end community member.
Well, they already came out with a straight up AI rapper. Like it's the person doesn't even exist, and they dropped a song and it went viral.
Seriously?
I swear.
Well, yeah, because the shit slaps. You feel me? Like, and they know like what's the. I'll be like, hey, take these 10 songs, and mix me one. 10 viral songs. Mix me one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Somehow make it sound good. You feel me? Like it'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're living in the future. The future is now. Now.
the future is now. So anyway, future is now. So click subscribe and share it with your friends, your homies, and everything.
Like and
And
subscribe.
follow next week for the newest headline news. We should call it headline news because we're only gonna read headlines and just talk about the headline. No
That's
context.
No
Hairlines.
foot lines. No foot lines. No hairlines.
Hey, that'd be a funny name, huh? Headlines with no hairlines.
Don't talk about
Hairline.
hairlines,
Hell yeah.
okay?
Hairline news. We're way behind on everything.
Hey, we're gonna get so many bald ass fools hating on us if you put hairline.
Nah, they're gonna be like, hell yeah, that's my spot right there. Hairline? Back here?
Yeah.
That's me.
Baldinos
Hell yeah.
unite.
Shit. Well, anyway, click the subscribe button
Like and
and
subscribe.
like it.
Or you will be replaced by humanoid robots.
Optimus.
You bitch.